Welcome back to Learn BC. You're here with Jared and we're in a series called Order to Cash, and this is SOP-5, Sales, Orders, Headers, Lines and Dates. We're in the best part of this series where we get hands-on actually creating orders. Now with each of our tutorials, there's three things we look for: the context and rules, the procedure and the outcomes. You've heard me say this if you've been following. Just make sure you are seeking context. If you get the context and the rules, if you understand your why, you'll always get the knowledge. Now, please like, share, subscribe, comment, email us at how@learnbc.today. Would love to hear from you. Let's get started. Well, here we are. We're in sales orders, headers, lines, and dates. Look, up until now, we've been on the setup. So setting this up and the lead in. So that's your setup and configuration. We went through marketing and sales and receivable setup. The second video was about your customers and setting up the customers for success. The third was about our items and setting up items for success. Then we went into the opportunity to quote. So CRM, lead in, now we're at the sales order. So what is the topics that we're going to cover here? So we're going to cover creating sales order, header, tabs, and mandatory fields. This is important. The 4 header dates. Okay, there are some key dates. There are others, and I'll explain them as well. But the 4 header dates that you need for this to work properly are line, items, and statistics. Cool. So the procedure is triggered when a customer confirms a purchase. They send you a purchase order. They give you a PO or PO ID, or they've accepted a quote, signed a contract, whatever it is. You've got a formal approval, and we need to proceed. So, 4 dates. Let's just understand this principle. There are 4 dates that are important: the order date, the document date, the posting date, and the shipment date. Okay, so just let's go over that again. The order date, or when was the order received? Okay, the document date, okay, affects the financials. So creation is order date. The document date is what we're documenting, goes through to the financial system. The posting date is what actually will post. So they will follow the work date. So you generally don't have to worry about this. The shipment date, that's super important, especially if you're trying to turn around and use this to track when the shipment should be going out. Now there's a few others. There's a requested date and a promised date and a bunch of other dates, and I'll run you through those. Now, the other thing here is understand the difference between your customer card. You've got a sell to by default is your customer, but you could sell to customer A, bill to customer B, okay? And a ship to is a separate thing again. And we've covered the ship tos already, but I'll talk about this as we get into the video. And be very aware, external document numbers are not always required. But in our delivery, when we deliver Business Central, you require an external document number. We turn it on as a mandatory field. So always enter the customer's purchase order number in the external document number field. Missing this can delay payment from a customer. That is 100% accurate. All right. So you're creating a new sales order. You just click sales orders and click new. It's pretty straightforward. You're selecting the customer name, entering the purchase order number in the external document number. We verify the 4 dates: order, document, posting, shipment. We add the items. So we're going to add a few bits of furniture. On the lines fast tab, specify quantity and the location, and review the fact box statistics. So to confirm the totals, margins, credit limits, etc. Well, that looks like that's a reasonable list. Let's go play. Here we are still in our sales and relationship manager role. I'm actually going to go change this if you've been following me, so you can follow me back to the business manager role. And now we're back within the Business Central that we base all of our tutorials out of. I'm going to go into the sales menu and click sales orders. Now here is our sales order that we closed at our last video. Okay, I'm going to create a new sales order. I'm going to select my customer. First thing that we require before anything else is required, you cannot work on a sale without the customer. So we select the customer, and then the document will evolve. Okay, it's evolving already. So a couple of things that I'll point out here. Okay, the flow field has flowed in my customer name details. I've got my salesperson code, and I've got my 4 dates that you can see. There's a bunch of dates here. So let's start off with the dates on the card. So there's 6 here, the shipment date's below. I've got my posting date. I've got my document date, my posting date, my order date, okay, are the 3 that we've referred to. GST matches your posting. Due date is whatever the customer's credit terms are if we posted it today. The next date that we're looking for is we scroll down the card, we go into shipping, and in shipping it has our shipment date, okay, as you can see here. And there are other dates that apply around the customer sales order. Now these dates, when you set them up, they flow on the line through to dates that are on the line. So if you don't do it first, if you go straight to the items, you're then going to apply something on the header of the document. And the header is referred to is anything that's not a line, is the best way to describe that. Okay, so the line itself you do last. You set the document up first for success. So in this demo, I have not set the external document number as mandatory, and that's within your sales and receivables setup. Here it is. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to go back into my document here. I'm going to reopen, and now the external document number is mandatory. So generally speaking, when we deliver Business Central, that's actually one of your first mandatory fields. So we start with the customer name and we walk through the document to the external purchase order number. Okay, from here, I would go down and I'm focused then. I pass the invoice details. I usually collapse this because it's not of interest to somebody processing a sales document. It's set up in the invoicing of the customer. What I'm interested in is shipping. Where are we shipping it to? It's saying the default sell to address, okay? Or I could use an alternative ship to address, and we've got a bunch of addresses there. I can select one. Or I can have a custom address, and here I can now customize my address. So a sales order without somewhere to ship to is a problem, okay? The next thing you want to be clear on is which warehouse are you shipping this out of? This will change dimensions on the document. Yes, I do, that's fine. And so I've got here, on here, alternative shipping address. I'm going to use this one here with my main location, and we're going to ship this on Friday. Look at that. So recapping, customer, dates, external document number, scrolling down, shipping, where to, from where, at which date. Now we can proceed over to the lines, and here on the lines I will select my items. I've got my items. I'm going to put 50 and 50. Okay, that's a decent sized order, and we're in a position where we have a nice healthy order sitting here right now. There's a couple of things that I would pay attention to. On your sales order, the order itself, you have your statistics, and so one of the things we talked about is your statistics here. You can pop it up, or you can look in the fact box, and your fact box is going to give you statistics on the particular transaction. So as you go down, it's going to show you the statistics. Now, one of the things that it's gone and loaded in here, which is pretty cool, is the AI summary, which is in preview at the moment. I'm going to go back to statistics here and have a look at the full document here, and I can see, well, general, I've got a lot of stuff going on here. The total, the profitability, our margins, look at that. What's the weight? That's pretty cool. So there's a lot of information here. I'm not going to go through it all. So this shows what we're invoicing. This shows what we're shipping, okay? If there's a prepayment, which there is a required prepayment, and who the customer, what their balance is on their account at the moment. The credit limit is 0, which means they are not going to get blocked. It's not going to turn around and stop you from trading with this. So to cover it off, creating a new sales order, entering the external document number, checking your dates, making sure your dates are fine. I've added into this, I would have checked your ship to and your shipping date, and then I'd move on to your items. Okay, so that takes you through the steps, and then you can check the statistics. So order statistics just here, or you can check your statistics in your side panel here. Information that may be applicable to you, item details, and your you've got the item, you've got the availability, and it's limited to the item that I'm actually clicking on within the side panel here. Okay, So the line, if you've got multiple lines, you'll notice this is actually just about the item itself, whereas I'm interested in all the statistics up the top here. I'll go to the full document statistics. So this sets up your document for success, okay? What are some of the things that could go wrong for you? So the exceptions here, if a credit warning appears, the order can still be saved but may require management approval. In the next video, I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, I'll create a credit limit. On the same scenario, we'll recreate it. And post conditions, the sales order is saved in an open status. The inventory is allocated but not yet shipped, and the order is ready for advanced actions. So that's pretty cool. So what did we cover here? Created the sales order and populated the mandatory header fields, differentiated between the order, document posting, and shipment dates. And we added items in the lines, and from here we reviewed the fact box statistics, margins, and credit limits, and I also took you into the document statistics there. So our next step is we're going to take a sales order, we're going to talk about the actions and the dimensions aspect, so you get a few more bits and pieces here that will go a lot deeper for you. So follow us. I'll see you in the next video.